Hey guys, so it's a little bit of a different setup and different kind of video than what I'm used to doing. I wanted to maybe start doing some TV show or movie reviews. We'll see how this one does, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and tell me in the comments if there's any shows or movies that you would like me to watch. Yeah, because I have discovered I love watching different movies. I also posted a video on my walls being white, so go check that video out. Yeah, so this video I'm gonna be reviewing Schitt's Creek. I have my laptop here because I have put some notes on there, and so I will be reading some of that. So I watched the first 5 seasons of Schitt's Creek on Netflix. I'm going to talk about a lot of things. There's a good chance that there will be some spoilers, so if you haven't watched it or don't want to hear about spoilers, then click off this video and go watch something else. But if you are interested in the show, but don't care about spoilers or have watched the show, keep watching, because I'm more going to talk about the characters and their development, and my thoughts on some of that rather than full plot lines. So I know that there's a season 6. I have not watched that, so I don't know anything that has happened. Yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, the first person that I want to talk about is Moira. She is the mom of the show. So if you don't know about the show, basically it's a rich family that ends up getting caught in like tax evasion or tax fraud or something, and the only asset they were left is the town of Schitt's Creek, which Johnny, the dad, didn't necessarily remember that he owned. And so it opens with Moira kind of freaking out about what she can grab, and Homegirl grabbed a bunch of wigs. Homegirl loves wigs, and that's something you'll see throughout the whole show. She's got different wigs for different outfits for different events. Sis loves her some wigs, and Sis is very flamboyant. Yeah, kind of annoys me. She does have really good moments where you can tell that she cares for her kids and other people in the community, but got a lot of moments where you can just tell that she's a self-centered snob, and you know, I didn't find true like character development, character advancing in Moira. She kind of just stayed the same. I guess in the last episode, a lot of them kind of surprised me. Moira really showed how much she cared for Stevie, which I'll talk about Stevie later, in the last episode, but that was about it. She, I don't know, Moira was not one of my favorite people. And then you go to her husband, Johnny. I really loved Johnny. The first couple seasons, you could tell that he was uncomfortable and trying to figure out what Schitt's Creek was, who he was going to be in Schitt's Creek. He tried starting different businesses. He didn't try starting different businesses. He tried coming up with ideas to start new businesses. And then eventually he just kind of partnered with Stevie with the hotel, and that really took off for them, and he did a really good job with Stevie. You could tell that he stayed true to himself. He stayed with the businessman mindset. He stayed in his suits, which was so interesting. So interesting to see him truly like stay to himself, but also develop such a big heart for these people. And I just loved watching him interact with Roland and Jocelyn, and Twyla and Stevie, and kind of taking them all in as like his own almost. Yeah, I really liked Johnny and his character development. Next, I'm gonna talk about is David. I did like David a lot. I liked his character development. I liked how he truly became a town person. He ended up opening a shop with Patrick in the town, a little general store that sold like skincare and stuff like that. It was very David. Yeah, he is very flamboyant like his mom, which I love. And yeah, he has a really strong connection with Stevie. They had a little fling in the beginning, which kind of confused me, and you know, but then seeing their friendship grow through that, and it actually, the last episode, Stevie says some stuff that it kind of made, all of it kind of made sense to me. Yeah, I thought that him and Stevie were funny, and he again, just like his dad, stayed true to him. He stayed who he was. He was David. Yeah, his character's funny. His character is kind of snobby and rude. But nothing like his mom. Yeah, I like David. And then I love his relationship with Patrick. Him and Patrick are so good together. Patrick plays into like who David is, but also pulls David out of his shell on certain things, which is really cool. And yeah, they got engaged, and I'm excited for their marriage and their wedding, and just seeing how all of that plays out. And Patrick, his coming out story, that was great. It showed that he was nervous and afraid to tell his parents, but his parents ended up finding out in other ways. But his parents were so accepting and so loving of him and David. And yeah, I thought his coming out story was great in that sense. And then Stevie. I love Stevie from the get-go. I think Stevie was my favorite person in the show. I did love David and Twyla, but Stevie is my all-time favorite. I don't know, she is a townsperson. She runs that hotel. She is afraid to be just another person that stays in Schitts Creek. But she's killing it staying there. She is such a strong, independent woman. I just love Stevie. She runs the hotel. She ends up owning the hotel. And her heart gets broken multiple times, and you can tell how much, one of the times when her heart gets broken, you can tell how much it truly impacts the Rose family. It impacts Johnny. He kind of takes Stevie in as his own daughter, which is so sweet. But I just feel for her. I also am pretty sure she's still in love with David, but she very much approves of David and Patrick's relationship, because she's really close with Patrick too. But I think that, you know, her just watching it all and everyone fly by and moving on is hard for her. And in the last episode, her song in Cabaret, Sis killed it. Love Stevie. By far my favorite. Alexis. She's the second child of Johnny and Moira. So she's David's sister. She had really good character development. I think that as the show progressed, she was so much better. In the beginning, she just was all about herself, all about her man that didn't really love her, and all about like how everything's impacting her and blah 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 blah. Sis was stuck up. She had that part of Moira was in Alexis. But as it progressed, Alexis got more tolerable. So when it starts out, she goes to some party, she ends up kissing Mutt, which I'll show a picture of Mutt. And I don't think Mutt's story has much significance in the whole Schitts Creek line. Yeah, he's there. I didn't like him. He was hot, but he had no personality. None. But Mutt was dating, pretty sure he was dating Twyla. But Mutt was dating someone, and so Alexis went out and found herself someone to use to make Mutt jealous. She found Ted, and she definitely used Ted to make Mutt feel jealous. And then a whole bunch of stuff went down. Her and Ted broke up. Her and Mutt slept together. Her and Mutt dated for a minute. I hated their relationship. And then she was single for a while Ted was with someone else. And you could see Alexis truly being in love with Ted. And that was hard to watch because she loves and cares so much for Ted. But he was with someone else. And so it kind of, it shows her character growth in all of that. And yeah, her and Ted, from where the show ended off, they were still together. They got back together, and they are together. And you can see their relationship grow and blossom, and how much they care about each other. And Alexis and Twyla end up having a conversation about like give and take in a relationship, and I think that truly impacted Alexis and Ted's relationship. I don't really know what happened to Mutt. I don't really care what happened to Mutt. I don't really like him. So we're gonna go into Twyla. Twyla started out the show being a waitress at one of the restaurants in town, like the restaurant in town. And so she served the Rose family their breakfast every day. And most of their meals, because I don't think the Rose is really ever cooked. There is a cooking episode, and that's really funny. It's good. But so Twyla ends up becoming really close with the Rose family, ends up almost kind of becoming another one of their daughters. Yeah, she is dating Mutt at the beginning, and then they break up, and then somehow her and Alexis become friends, and then Twyla gives Alexis good advice. I want Twyla to find someone that loves her. I want her to get a Ted. She needs someone to love her. That's what I want. This next season, Twyla better find a man's or a woman. I don't know. But I want someone to love Twyla because she deserves it. I really like her character in it. I like the episode when Johnny's helping her out by serving people and stuff like that. Yeah, I like Twyla. She's a sweetheart. At least we have Roland and Jocelyn. Roland is the mayor, and he is the typical like country bumpkin guy, and Jocelyn is married to Roland. Tell how much they care about Moira and Johnny and the rest of the Rose family. They're actually Mutt's parents, which you don't find out that until later. They mention their estranged son that lives in the woods, and then you find out that Mutt is a shit, which Roland is a shit. So he's a descendant of, you know, the people that started the town. yeah, you can see at the beginning where Roland has some issues with the Rose family, but ends up loving and caring for them. And you can kind of just see right off the bat that Jocelyn truly like wants to befriend Moira, and they end up actually like becoming friends, which is really cool. And so they end up having a baby later on in the show, and Moira and Johnny babysit the baby. That's kind of a funny episode. But yeah, that kind of wraps up the characters. You know, like Ronnie's in there and Bob, but they don't have huge roles. I think of anyone else, honestly, off the top of my head, but there's other people that don't have huge roles in this show. But they're there and they add to the whole element of the town. I am excited for season 6 to come to Netflix so I can watch it. I'm interested to see even more character development, because I think they're finally getting to be the characters that I wanted them to become. And it's cool to see their hearts grow, and them honestly grow as a family. And yeah, I really liked it. I was kind of surprised. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and go check out some other videos that I have. I will eventually be making more videos like this, where I talk about movies or TV shows. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.